Hi, I'm Lisa, wands at the ready as we look at how to make this spectacular freestanding Hogwarts castle by OESD. It's featuring a great hall, a massive tower, a stunning archway, and a connecting corridor. This is the first in a 4-part series, so stay tuned. We're going to check out our supplies that we need next, and make sure you catch the next video for part 2. You can find the instructions for this project on OESD.com. We will link everything used in the video down in the description box below. We're going to start by printing the mirrored version of the pattern onto applique Fuse and Fix. One side of applique Fuse and Fix has pressure-sensitive adhesive and the other side is heat-activated. So with the heat of the iron, go ahead and fuse the applique Fuse and Fix to the fiberform paper side up. Trim along the outer edge of the outline and set aside. Next, cut your applique fabric to be bigger than the pattern and stick one layer of staple stick cutaway to the back side of all applique pieces to provide some body and stiffen up the fabric. Using the OESD Grippy Grid, hoop one layer of aqua mesh and one layer of Badge Master for all patterns to be used in this project. The aqua mesh provides stability and the Badge Master provides more body. Having 2 layers holds more stitches than just one layer isn't strong enough. Place the hoop in the machine and stitch your placement stitch. Here we can see the placement stitch on the stabilizer, and this is going to help us know where to position our fiber form. Using the OESD Perfect Scoring tool, score and remove the paper backing from the fiber form to reveal the adhesive surface of the applique Fuse and Fix. Place the fiber form within the placement stitching and finger press it to secure onto the hoop. Applique Fuse and Fix is repositionable, so if you don't get it just right, no big deal. Next, you're going to completely cover the fiber form with the applique fabric. This is double-sided applique, which means that the fabric will be applied to both sides of the hoop, the front and the back. Tape in place with OESD Expert Embroidery Tape tearaway to secure. Return the hoop to the machine and stitch the cut line and tack down stitch. Trim the excess fabric as close to the cut line as possible. If the outer stitches, which is the cut line, are cut, the inner stitches, tack down, will hold the fabric in place. And because this is double-sided applique, both sides of the hoop will need to be trimmed. If the stabilizer is cut or a hole is created while trimming the fabric, I like to use OESD Expert Embroidery Tape Wash Away as a patch. Return the hoop to the machine and stitch the next placement stitch. Which is highlighted here in red. Remember, applique Fuse and Fix, which we applied to the fiber form earlier, is repositionable. Align the fiber form within the placement stitch. Cover the fiber form with your prepared applique fabric. Because this is single-sided applique, we only need to put fabric on the top of the hoop. Return the hoop to the machine and stitch the cut line and tack down stitch. Which is highlighted here in red. This is single-sided applique, so only one side of the hoop needs to be trimmed. Return the hoop to the machine and stitch the remaining machine steps. Be sure to match the bobbin thread color, which, as you can see here, is the satin stitching and the different elements needed to attach the pieces together. Remove the project from the hoop and trim the excess stabilizer. Rinse all of the pieces of the project in warm running water until the design is only slightly tacky. Let the project air dry face down completely on a drying rack. I also like to use parchment paper. Press each one of your embroideries face down onto the OESD Perfect Embroidery press cloth. It presses puckers out of embroidery fabrics and prevents embroidery texture from getting crushed by the iron. Don't be afraid to use steam. Repeat the ironing process for all of the remaining Hogwarts pieces. Great, now that we've embroidered all the pieces, it's time to prepare them for assembly. Now we're going to move on to prepping our pieces for assembly. Use the OESD mini mat and craft knife to cut through all the layers of the tab entries to create slots. You'll need to create slots in all the pieces required by the instructions, which of course you can find on OESD.com. Take care not to cut the satin stitching. Use the OESD mini mat and the OESD Perfect punch tool with a 3mm attachment to create the eyelets. There are 3 tip sizes stored at the end of the Perfect punch tool so that you always have them handy and you never lose them. The OESD mini mat is the perfect item to protect your work surface while punching out eyelets and creating buttonholes. They're sold in a pack of 2 and can be found on OESD.com website or at your local OESD retailer. Look for the description for more info. Be sure to reference instructions when punching eyelets for the necessary pieces needed in the structure. Next, you'll need to sew certain pieces together to help construct the shape of the building and make the assembly process easier for the next step. Make sure to check the instructions to know which pieces need to be sewn together. And just a reminder, all of these instructions can be found online and downloaded at OESD.com. So even if you haven't purchased the Hogwarts design yet, you can print the instructions and take it to your local OESD retailer to get all of your supplies. The instructions go into detail and show step-by-step instructions. It's really wonderful to help guide you into making this awesome project. Great, we've embroidered all of our pieces. The next step in part 2, that's when we're going to assemble everything all together, and I can't wait to see you over there. With our user-friendly step-by-step color instructions, creating your own Hogwarts is a delightful journey. For more information on our instructions and supplies, please visit OESD.com or your local OESD retailer. In the comments below, let us know which Hogwarts house you would belong to. I am most definitely a Hufflepuff. Join us on our Facebook group, where The Perfect Stitch, where you can share your inspiration, get tips and tricks, ask questions. It's a great community over there. We look forward to seeing you, and also be sure to like and subscribe for more OESD content just like this. Thank you for watching. See you over in part 2, and happy stitching.